All right, we are still working on completing the square to rewrite our circle equations like we did yesterday. So I'm going to do a couple examples of that, and then I'm also going to graph those circles on the bottom half of this page. So here I have x squared plus 4x, and I'm going to leave a spot, plus y squared minus 2y, and leave a spot, equals positive 8, because when I move it to the other side, it'll change signs. Okay, half of 4 squared is 4. Half of negative 2 squared is 1. So we're putting that on both sides here. So you'd have x plus 2 squared and y minus 1 squared equals 13. So our center is negative 2, 1. And our radius is the square root of 13, which doesn't simplify. So we'll just leave it like that in exact form. Okay? For this one, I'd have x squared minus 8x, and I'm going to leave a spot. Y squared plus 10y, and leave a spot, equals negative 10. So here, half of negative 8 squared is going to be 16. Half of 10 squared is going to be 25. So this will be 31. Over here I have x minus 4 squared and y plus 5 squared. So our center is 4, negative 5, and our radius is the square root of 31, which again I don't believe simplifies. All right, graph the following circles. So we're going to have to start by completing the square like we were doing before, and then we'll use that information to draw our picture. So here I have x squared minus 6x plus something, y squared plus 4y plus something equals 3. It's going to change signs when it moves to the other side. So this would be, I'm missing 9 and I'm missing 4. So I have x minus 3 squared plus y plus 2 squared.
Students, if I could please have your attention.
Okay, so x minus 3 squared, y plus 2 squared, and on the right side I have 16. So my center is 3, negative 2, and my radius is 4. So when I go to graph that here, I'm going to start at 3, negative 2, and then I'm going to go with a radius of 4, I'm going to go 4 in all possible directions. So up, right, down, and left. And then that is how I'm going to draw my circle through those points. Okay, so there's my circle. One more here. X squared plus 16x plus something. Y squared plus 12y plus something equals negative 91. So here, half of 16 squared is 64. Half of 12 squared is 36. So we're adding that to both sides. So on this side, I would have x plus 8 squared, y plus 6 squared equals 9. So my center is negative 8, negative 6, and my radius is 3. So again, I'm going to start with my center, negative 8, negative 6. And I'm going to go 3 in all 4 directions. So this actually goes off our graph a tiny bit. And then our circle goes through those 4 points. Okay, this point should have been moved over just slightly. Anyway, you get the point. Okay, so that's that circle. On your homework, I just want to point out real quick, when you have let's go ahead and do this example 2 problem. When you have a number in front of your x squared or your y squared, you need to get rid of it first. So I'm at the end on the top of worksheet 3 here. To get rid of the number in front of x squared and y squared, I'm going to divide the whole thing by 3. So you'd have x squared plus y squared minus 4x minus 12y plus 5 equals 0. You have to do that before you start. And then you can rearrange things so that you can complete the square. And then at this point, it's like the problems we were doing in our notes. So to complete this square, I would need a 4. To complete this square, I would need a 36. So then you would have x minus 2 squared, y minus 6 squared equals 35. So your center would be 2, 6, and your radius would be the square root of 35. Okay, and we'll just leave that in exact form. Okay, so keep that in mind. So right underneath here, you'd have to divide this whole one by 7. Or number 4, you'd have to divide this whole one by 2 before you even start. So keep that in mind. We are finishing up our packet today. So worksheet 3 and worksheet 4 is due tomorrow, and then we'll start working on reviewing for our final, which will start on Friday.